All right, I'm going to go ahead and get started. And then as people join in, I can fill everybody in. Remember, this is also being recorded on Facebook on our group page. So anybody can go back and watch the replay of our team meeting on it. If you aren't on that page, let me know and I can send you a link to it so you can join it. We have, it's called Moneymakers group page. There is also an Australia consultant Moneymakers group page as well that has more information that's pertinent to your region for Australia. And I know there's some leaders in our group that also have individual team pages as well. So talk with your upline and see if they have a team page. Otherwise, let me know if you need to join our group pages that we have set up. All right, you guys. So tonight is pretty exciting. The new catalog is off and running, and the holiday season is just right around the corner. And it's a great time to start thinking about that buy, host, join kind of logo theme that Scentsy has had for basically since the beginning. And so that's what we're going to do over the next 3 weeks. We're going to focus on each aspect of that buy, host, join. So this week we're focusing on the buy part of it. Before I get started, I do want to do some shout outs from August. So let me find those shout outs. You guys had an amazing month of August. There were 6 new team members recruited, and those who sponsored new people were Emily Howard, Sherry Murphy, Kristen Palmer, Kim Tolbert, Sarah Vanzetti, and then myself as well. So way to go, you guys. And many of you who are brand new for last month, remember you can, if you hit your your shooting star in the first 15 days, you earn that enhancement kit for free. So that's really, really awesome. I haven't seen, I know a couple of you have made that. I just need to run the report and double check and see exactly who all has accomplished that. An amazing thing. Moving on to top sales for the month of August, we have Susan Misson, Sarah Vanzetti, Kim Tolbert, Christy Lee Frazier. And Christy Lee's also reached level 2 of Sensational Start. So she still has a few days to try and get to level 3. So she's rocking it. Way to go, Christy. Melissa Hussey, Emily Howard, Amy Huff, Kristen Palmer, Isa DeMorato, and Laura Dunn. So congratulations, you guys. Everybody had a great August. Great things are happening here with our team. I know some people think that it's kind of moved along a little bit slower than in the past, but honestly, I was running reports. You need to take 2020 out completely when you're thinking about what it would be a normal selling year. 2020 was not a normal selling year by any means whatsoever. This year, 2021, is more of a normal selling pattern for what our businesses tend to be doing in the years past. So we're pretty equal to what 2018, 2019 we were seeing. So we're definitely on trend. We're still above what we were those years. Actually, it kind of fluctuates up and down. Just depends on what month it is. So don't feel anxious or frustrated if you feel like your sales are a little bit weaker than what you would expect them to be. They're not. They're right on par. So keep doing whatever it is that you guys are doing. All right. So let's get our meeting started. I'm going to ask you guys a question, and I want you to think about it. And then, and if you need to pause the video if you're watching the replay, feel free to pause it. But here's the question. If you could have or do one thing that is special just to you, what would it be? Another way to think about it is, what one thing would make you feel like you accomplished an item you never thought you could do? So think about that. And as you think about it, I want you to write it down. Okay, I'm going to give you guys a few minutes to think about it. If you could have or do one thing that is special just to you, what would it be? Or what one thing would make you feel like you accomplished an item you never thought you could do? All right. So that is basically whatever that item is that you wrote down, that is your goal. Okay? That is the light at the end of the tunnel. That is your why for being a Scentsy consultant. Okay? It's something special in your heart just for you. And that is a huge motivator for any person, but even just women in general. Men have, and men, but something that's special just for you is really a motivating factor. Okay, and I want you to think about that item that you wrote down over the next 3 team meetings that we have, because I'm going to refer to it every single team meeting. And I'm going to do that because of this next quote that I'm going to say to you guys. Okay? Your sales will help you achieve that item that you wrote down. Your hosts will help you achieve that item that you just wrote down. And your team will also help you to achieve that item that you just wrote down. Get it? See the buy? Your sales will help you achieve it. The host, your hosts and hostesses will help you achieve it. And the join, your team members will help you achieve it. And it's different ways that these are all going to help you achieve that one thing that's super special just to you. And that thing that's special just to you could be anything. It can be something super elaborate. It can be something really, really small. You know, I joined Scentsy to just get out of the house once a month. That was it. I just wanted to have some adult time, some girl time. I just wanted to be not with children. I was with children 24/7, and it was driving me bonkers. I love my children. We all love our children, but sometimes we need to get away from our children. So that was my why when I first started and became a consultant. And it's still, honestly, my why for being a consultant. I still need that time with friends, or that adult time, or that girl time with, or even just some time with my husband. Okay. And my Scentsy business allows me in different ways to do that specific thing. Just once a month. I just once a month want to be able to have some adult time. Okay. There's other things that it could be. Maybe you just want to be able to run down to the coffee shop and not feel guilty for buying that coffee that you want to treat yourself with. Maybe you want to be able to purchase a car and pay cash for that car that you want to purchase. Maybe you want to go on a hike, right? But you need the hiking gear, or you're not really sure how to get started on that hike. Maybe you want, I don't know, you need to pay off debt. I know one of my goals a few years ago was to get all of our debts paid off. And I accomplished that. It took some time, but it was something that I was able to accomplish. And I accomplished it through the buy, host, join. Okay. So we're focusing today on just the buy and how to establish a consistent selling pattern with your business. So there's 2 things that you need to be doing regularly in your business. I don't care whatever it is, any of the fluff stuff, you need to at least do these 2 things. Number 1, share the product. And number 2, follow up and check in with your customers, your hosts, and your leads. That's it. Share the products, follow up. If you're not doing anything else, you're sharing the products and you're following up. Now, there's lots of other tasks you can be doing throughout the month, but that is the basics. That is the baseline. That is the heart of your business. And it is the one thing that you need to be doing. So, and basically, if you tell them about the items, they will buy. If you're sharing the items, your customers will buy. If you're following up with your customers, they will buy. So those 2 things are the only things that really, really need to be done. Okay. There's lots of other things. I was watching lots of trainings from SFR, and I've watched other trainings on YouTube, and I've watched other things in the workstation. And every single one of those trainings that I've watched talked about those two things. There's lots of, like I said, there's lots of other tasks you can do, but you need to share and follow up. So if you're going to take anything away from this meeting, it's the share and the follow up. I cannot repeat that any more times and stress that enough. And at the very least, you need to be doing that one time a month. Okay. So you need to tell your friends at the very least. You also need to tell your friends, family, and customers about the scent and warmer of the month or any specials. You don't have to share anything else. There's something new that comes out every single month. That's the share part, to share the new stuff. And then the follow-up part is follow up with those people who have purchased from you in the past. Okay. Something else that I like to tell you guys, and something I personally like to do, is at least work my business 15 minutes a day. And it could take you simply 15 minutes to just do that one task a month. We all are doing our Scentsy businesses in different ways, right? There's some of us who I like to call hobbyists. They're just kind of selling the once every 3 months with the new thing. Maybe you're just selling once a year. That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. But still set up this pattern of consistently selling, or at least sharing about the scent and warmer of the month, so that your friends and family know that you are still a Scentsy consultant, at the very least, so that you're not scrambling when you get the email saying that you're going to deactivate. You don't have to worry about it because you already shared and you already know who needs to be ordering something or who to reach out to, and you've set up that consistent pattern. There's some of us who are part-time, right? So they just kind of sell pretty here and there but it might be maybe every other month that they're getting their 200 PRV in, or every other week they're posting about things. That's fine too. And then there's some of us who are more of a full-time consultant, and we're doing things on a daily basis, and it's different things. What I want is everybody thinking in 15 minutes and shooting for 200 PRV at least once a year right now, but honestly, try and shoot for it on a monthly basis so that you don't ever have to worry about stuff. If you're going to be sharing and following up with your customers regularly, you're going to hit that 200 PRV every single month, because that is that consistent pattern, right? So if you're not doing anything with your business on a daily basis, I encourage you and challenge you to do 15 minutes a day with your business. Start today. It is September 4th, and go through October 4th. And I'll tell you some things that you can do, but follow up and share on a daily consistent business, follow up consistently and sharing consistently, just 15 minutes. A 15-minute task could be you send out one email to somebody who bought laundry care products 3 months ago. Hey, Jane, I know you bought laundry products in June. I wanted to see if you needed some new ones. We have these great new fall scents available that you might be interested in. Or, hey, Susie, how's your wax stash going? You usually buy every 3 months. I'm just following up to see if you wanted to get some of the new fall scents, or the new, for those of you in Australia, the new spring summer scents, right? If you already work your business 15 minutes a day, challenge yourself to do 30 minutes, right? So it might be 2 follow-ups in a day that you're going to do, or maybe 1 post and a follow-up. And you can even challenge yourself more, 45 minutes a day, 60 minutes a day, whatever it is, you can challenge yourself. But at the very least, shoot for the 15 minutes if you're going to try and set up that more consistent selling pattern. Something to think about if you're going to do 15, 30, 45, or 60 minutes in a day, how much time can you actually dedicate to doing those tasks with your Scentsy business? Everybody's schedules are completely different. Some of us are working full-time jobs. Some of us have small children at home. Some of us are have teenagers at home. Some of us are grandparents and we're watching our grandchildren You might be an empty nester. Everybody has a different thing, right? And some people volunteer a lot. So whatever it is, I encourage you to make a Scentsy schedule, right? List out like from morning, when you get up in the morning until you go to bed at night, break it down hour by hour and see where the gaps are, right? What hour doesn't have you doing anything? See if you can throw in a moment to do a Scentsy follow-up. Or maybe that's a great hour to work out, right? Or maybe just a great hour to have some personal time and read a book. Okay. There's lots of things, and I don't want you guys to get overwhelmed, but when you're thinking of establishing a consistent selling pattern, you need to know when you can work your business. And then you can figure out the ways to work your business. But the time is a huge determining factor with that. So there's two different ways of selling as well. There's selling online and there's selling offline. Actually, there's three. They're selling just online, they're selling just offline, and then there's a combination of the two. And some of the things overlap a lot, but you need to decide what is the best way of selling for you. What are you more comfortable doing? Are you more of a in-person, calling somebody up on the telephone or sending out mail to people's mailboxes? If that's more of your style, then probably selling online is going to be more of the way to go about. If you're more of somebody who likes to email or post videos, do online parties, or social media posts, that's clearly going to be more of an online platform for you to be selling and working your business. Now, the other way is to do a combination of them, and I think that's a great way to do it because it kind of hits a wider range of people if you're going to combine the two together. But you do not have to combine the two together. I know there are consultants who only do stuff offline and only do stuff online. There's no wrong way to sell. It's just you need to decide which will be best for you. And that will also help you set up that consistent selling pattern, because then you'll know what it is what tasks you can accomplish, right? So if you're going to shoot for that 200 PRV a month, this is what it would look like. It would be basically just 7 6-packs of wax sold in the month. Find 7 people to buy 6 bars. 7 people to buy 6 bars of wax. Or that's just one person hosting a party, an in-person party, if you're allowed to do in-person parties right now, or a basket party, or a virtual party. There's lots of different ways. It might even be a fun thing to do that, challenge yourself. Maybe you don't want to sell just wax every single month, all month long, right? Mix it up and challenge yourself. Focus on a different product line. You could do, I'm going to sell, what would be a great example? A laundry, 4 laundry love bundles in the month. Or maybe I'm going to see how many moisture medley bundles I could sell in the month. That's body care. Or maybe how many of the new released clean bundles with the red pear and pomegranate. I think that's $20 US. So how many of those do you need to sell? That would be 10 of them if you want to hit the 200 PRV. Or maybe with the holidays coming up, you want to focus more on the present side. How many presents can you sell in the month? How many buddies can you sell in the month to people for school or for kids and things like that? So come up with a theme each month. So 12 different months. I'm going to sell this number of laundry liquids in actually a great one would be it's back to school time, and kids are heading off to college, right? So I'm going to see how many mini fan diffusers and scent pods I can sell in the month. If I want to hit 200 PRV, then I'm going to need to sell about 10 of those. That would actually be 250 PRV. And you can kind of play with that, right? Or people are getting ready for Halloween. see how many Halloween items you can sell. Maybe the new Haunting Good Time warmer, or the new scent of the month, which is Scary Good, right? You know, challenge yourself to do that type of stuff, and then do that consistently throughout each month, and then you're going to be hitting that 200 PRV. Um, Oh, recently too, I wanted to tell you guys my selling story real fast and how it's changed over the years. Next month, I'll be celebrating 14 years of being a consultant, and I can tell you guys that I have seen it change completely. So when I first became a consultant, it was 2007, and let's just say social media was not really around at all. Texting was not really around either. We still had like flip phones and stuff like that. So it wasn't something that was really, really easy to do. So what did that look like for me and my business? Plus, I had 3 small children in my house. So what that looked like for me is I like mailed out party invitations, actual postcards, and told my friends, hey, I'm doing a Scentsy open house. Come check out what this is all about. And then from there, just sending out, or I even called friends and said, "Hey, can you come?" Now we did have email back then. I mean, I haven't been around that long when email wasn't around. So I did email reminders out to people. I remember there was like the Evite things that you could do, and that's still around too. So I think I sent out an Evite to all my friends and everybody who was in my email list when I first started, and then it just kind of rolled from there, right? I remember somebody who I didn't even know heard about it, and they came and smelled all the products and then told their friends about me being a consultant. So I didn't sell anything online when I first became a consultant. I did have my website. I've always had my website. I've never not had my website. People can still look at products online and things like that, but I made sure that I was constantly in contact with my friends and family. And then I asked them to refer me to their friends and family. And then it just kind of kept going from there. And there wasn't, because I wanted and had set a goal, my why was to get out of the house once a month. I made sure that I always had at least one party on my calendar each month. So once I had it booked, so I joined in October, I made sure there was one party in November. And then I made sure there was a party in December. And it was just asking people, hey, would you like to host a Scentsy party? This is what it is. And there's still people who haven't heard what Scentsy is, and it's kind of gone from there. And then at some point in my selling career, it was probably when I became a director in '09. That's when I really kind of got online, and because there was so many people all over the country, that's when I started doing things more online and setting up our group page and things like that. So then I started learning about online selling, and it's kind of evolved from there too. I did events. I brought in vendor events that I would do. I even hosted my own vendor events in my house because a bunch of my friends, we all sold different direct selling things. So we'd rotate who would host it with all of us selling, and we would all invite friends and stuff to it. And so that was fun to do. But the one thing that still remained constant was getting out of the house once a month. And then fast forward to where we are now. I've mostly worked my business strictly online, especially during COVID. I've been very, very safe with my family. We are not really doing much outside of our house. I've kind of ventured out. A couple of my regular events have reached out to me saying, hey, we can do it. Would you like to do it? I ask them what their safety protocols are. And then if I feel comfortable, then yes, I'll go and do that event. So things are just starting to get back to some of that in-person stuff. But for me personally, I'm still doing parties virtually, and I'm still contacting my customers virtually. My customers did ask me during COVID if they could come and smell stuff and just buy things off of me that I had on hand. And so I was doing stop and shops in my front yard or in my garage. So people would just come, they would take turns who was out in the, smelling the wax and things like that. So there's lots, like I said, there's different ways, but being in contact and following up every single month was my key to staying consistent with my sales. So for you guys, a way to kind of build that consistent pattern, I have come up with a daily task calendar that is really, really helpful. And most of these are 15 minutes tasks. They'll take you 15 minutes to do in a day. Some of them might take a little bit more time, but for the most part, just set a timer to work your business 15 minutes each day. And once you have your schedule down, you'll know like, oh, at 11 a.m., I can work my Scentsy business because little Bobby is sitting down and watching TV and eating his snack. And I already did all my morning chores, right? So 11 is a good time for me to, while he's watching his show, work my Scentsy business for that 15, 30 minutes, right? Or, 8 o'clock at night is a good time for me because I'm home and I'm done working, I've eaten dinner, and I can work my business before I unwind for the night, right? So find that time that works for you. Something else that also works with me is I don't have necessarily a set block of time. I kind of have multiple blocks of time throughout the day, and it's usually like I've gone and I'm picking up my daughter from school. While I'm waiting in the parent pickup line, I'll pull out my Amy app and do a quick follow up with my customers while I'm waiting to go through the line to pick her up. Things like that. Anytime I'm waiting, I pull out my Amy app and I do a follow up. If you don't have the Amy app, I highly suggest that you also get that Amy app. Okay, so your daily tasks, which will help you set up that consistent pattern of selling, but also your buy, host, join consistent pattern. So on the first of the month, you want to post about the scent and warmer of the month. Okay. The second day of the month, set your goal for the month. Maybe you want to sell 200 PRV. Maybe you want to do 500 PRV. Maybe you want to sell 2,000 PRV. I don't know what it is, but whatever your original goal or why was from that question that I asked at the very, very beginning, that will help you to know how much you need to sell each month to reach that goal. The third of every month, do your diffuser or oil follow-ups. The fourth, check in with past party hosts, and you can kind of do whatever you think works. You can follow up from the previous month, the last 3 months. 3 months ago, somebody hosted a party with you, follow up with them, see how they're liking their products, things like that. The 6 months ago, follow up with them and see if they're ready to host another party. The 5th of the month, send thank you cards to previous month customers. The 6th of the month is the day to book and drop off your basket or pouch parties. The 7th of the month is a great day to set up your personal shopping links with people. The 8th is watch a training video in the workstation on a topic you want to focus on. So since we're focusing right now on the selling aspect, on the 8th of this month, find a training video in the workstation about selling products. The 9th, deliver any orders that you need to deliver. The 10th is always payday, and that's the day to reward yourself for a job well done. So make sure you celebrate yourself and your successes that you've done. The 11th, follow up with customers from 3 months ago. So that would be June. Follow up with any customers who purchased from you in the month of June, this month. The 12th, send out happy mail to your team or your dream team. So the dream team is 10 people that you would love to have sell Scentsy with you. Okay? Send out some happy mail to them. And it can be like, it could be something fun like a sample packet of stuff, or it could be just a fun card saying, hey, I was thinking about you. I sent out Valentine's during February. You can send out a Halloween card or something. I don't know. Just do something that makes you happy and it'll make them happy. The 13th is a great day to do a product demo or testimony video and post it online, or do a Facebook Live of it. The 14th is the day you want to sync your family and Scentsy calendars together so you know what days you can do a party or a vendor event. The 15th, close the middle of the month orders. The 16th, follow up with any recruit leads that you have. The 17th is training day. So if you have a team, do a Facebook Live for your team. Otherwise, if you don't have anybody under you, watch a training video again. The 18th is Booking Blitz Day. That's the day you're going to call customers and friends and family and see what day they want to host a party with you. And with it being the holidays, go ahead for the month of September and book out in October, November, and December, right? Pencil those in so that you have things on your calendar and you're ready to roll. The 19th, close personal shopping links from either that are ready to, that have hit that 200 PRV so that they have their host rewards. And those all shopping links will be deleted after 90 days of being open. Scentsy just cleans it out automatically, the system does. So you want to double check the time frame on that as well. 20th, make samples. 21st, label day. So you're going to want to label your scent of the month flyers, catalogs, or products for orders. 22nd, pick up and close the basket parties that you handed out earlier in the month. 23rd, mail out next month's scent and warm of the month. That's why we do label day on the 21st, so you can be ready to mail out these items. The 24th is the day to check in with your frontline, or if you don't have anybody underneath of you, potential new team members check in. Just see how they're doing. See if they have any questions about the Scentsy opportunity, or maybe see if they want to host a party and you can guide them on how to be the consultant and they can give it a test run. And if they don't like it, that's okay. They still earn the products, right? Or they may love it and see that their friends and family love it, and then they'll want to get the host exclusive kit. The 25th, deliver any orders that need to be delivered. The 26th, restock your host and join packets. You always want to have at least 10 on hand, just in case somebody loses one, or you did your booking blitz and you booked a bunch of parties. You want to always have those things on hand. 27th, restock any host or party gifts. 28th is tax day, so you're going to want to file any receipts that you need to file, record any mileage, things like that. The 30th, close your end of the month orders, and the 31st, restock any business supplies that you need to restock. I'll write this up and put it in a file on our group page as well, so you guys have that. But setting up that consistent pattern of not just selling, but also doing the buy, host, join part of it will really be beneficial to your business, and setting up that schedule. But like I said, no matter what, the two things you need to do is share the products and follow up with your customers and leads. Follow up, share products. In fact, you can just rotate those every single day of the month and do nothing else. The first of the month, share a product. Second of the month, follow up with a customer. Third of the month, share a product. There you go. That's it. That's how you set up a consistent selling pattern, is to just do it, right? And two, have your list of what it is that you need to do. Set up those to-do lists. But I've already kind of laid it out for you. You already know what you need to do each day of the month. You just have to go out and do it. So let me know if you guys have any questions. Let me go on Facebook real fast. Let me look here. It doesn't look like anybody has any questions. If you guys do have questions, feel free to reach out to your upline or whoever you joined under, or you can reach out to me. And I'm happy to help. I'm always happy to help you guys and help you establish those patterns that will help you to be successful. So our next meeting will be September 18th at 7 p.m. and we're going to talk about the host aspect, which is effective host coaching, is what we're going to talk about during that month. So I hope this helped you guys with setting up and kind of getting a little bit easier mind frame of what it means to be consistent in selling with your Scentsy business. And I hope it's not overwhelming to you guys, because you can really break it down however works for you. You can do as much or as little as needed. But I am challenging you guys and encouraging you guys to do at least 15 minutes a day of work. I will get this daily tasks calendar posted so that you guys can see it and have it printed out. If you get new team members, tag them in that post so that they can see it. and kind of go from there. In fact, I would love for everybody just to tag any of their team members in it so that they can have it. Or if you have team members that aren't on Facebook, copy and paste it in an email and send that out to them. I might even just do that and just email it out to everybody so everybody has it. And I hope you guys are excited for this new holiday season. I know I'm excited. Lots of things can happen and lots of things can be changed. But what I want for you guys is for you to be able to at least get that first step on that goal that you set, which was, remember the question is, if you could have or do one thing that is special just to you, what would it be? Or what one thing would make you feel like you accomplished an item you never thought you could do? So answer that question or questions, write it down. That's your Scentsy why, and your Scentsy why will lead to your sales, your hosting, and your team members. That's it for tonight, you guys. Have an amazing Labor Day weekend for those of you in the US. Australia, just have an amazing weekend. And those of you in the UK, also have an amazing weekend. I will see you guys on the 18th for our next meeting where we talk about host coaching. And that's it for tonight. Bye.